Introduction. Virtual HRM or Virtual Human Resource Management is an innovative approach to managing human resources that utilize technology to streamline HR processes and communication in virtual environment. It has become increasingly popular due to the rise of remote work and the need flexible and agile HR solutions. So, kanida ko ng HRM or Human Resources or Management, isa ni siya ka bagong pagdumala or bagong pamaagi sa kahinguan sa tao na mugamit sa technology aron mahapsa ang ilang mga proseso sa HR sa pagkomunikasyon sa usa ka virtual sa palibot. So, for example na ikaw as a HR, so ikaw na HR sis taga Cagayan ka, and then ang yung venue is naa sa Balingasag Misor. So di ba as a HR, di ba dili jud na ingon na on time na makaadto sa ilang meetingan, di ba? So they can use technology, virtual technology, and using online kana bitang online technology, or they can use a Zoom app, di ba? Diba na may mga Zoom app, diba, na pwede nila dito sila mag-meeting sa online or virtual. So ikaw na as a HR, dili masad ingon na on time na makaadto, diba? So mas napasiguro na kanabitang mas mauna pa ang employee kaysa HR. So HR, they can pwede na sila maka-use og technology or virtual technology. Kini siya na mahimo bitong na mas mapopular ba tungod sa pagsaka na hinglit or kana bitong paggamit sa mga kwantao ba sa pagtrabaho na kinahanglan ilang pangihanlan biton na labi na dili sila makaadto, so they can use a virtual. That's all. Thank you.
I'm Rizal Calaforo, and I'm going to tackle about the works of HRM that can be handled virtually. So we have recruiting, hiring, onboarding regulation and policy compliance, payroll, attendance and leave management, performance management or applicant tracking, employee development training, employee benefit management and compensation, and centralized HR information or company information. So we have recruiting. Recruiting is the process of actively seeking out, finding, and hiring candidates for a specific position of job. So before pandemic, ang mga applicant kailangan pang muadto sa respective company or sa agency kung to inquire kung nabaslay hiring, just like that, o para mag-apply. Pero karon no, kaniang ginagamit na ang social media to find more applicants. Gina-post na lang nila ang mga hiring sa gamit ang social media platform. Og naka-specific na pod ang position of job na kinahanglan nila sa usa ka applicant, o it's advantage for the applicant and less hassle, no? Og makasave pa sa pamasahe. Next, hiring. Hiring is a crucial function of human resources and involves a range of activities, including job analysis, job posting, candidate screening, interviewing, and job offer. And next, onboarding regulation and policy compliance. Onboarding and compliance training are typically two different things. Onboarding is the process that helps new hires adapt to the company, while compliance training helps your company function properly. So training very important every company so that they can function properly. Because without training, it becomes nothing. Usually gahatag ang mga company sa mga newly hires o 1-month training para ma-familiarize nila ang mga trabaho nila. And next, attendance and leave management. Leave and attendance management system tracks employee working hours to document the time your employee works in your company. So this is very important every company, no, kay ang HR manager diri pud gabay sa ato ang mga performance, kung late bata sa atong pag-in sa ato ang trabaho, or kani ang sayo bata nag-out maski wala pa dili pa siya time para mag-out. So next, performance management and applicant tracking is the continuing process of communication between managers and employee with a mutual goal of accomplishing the strategic goals of the company. So communication between managers and employees are very important, and mutual goal in order to achieve the goals for the company. So dapat ang employees, kung naman galing siya mga nahimo nga kini ang sayop or problema sa company, dapat iyang isulti sa manager so that ang manager matabangan pud siya nga masolbad ang problema para dili na madako or kini ang or malala ang problema sa company. And next, employee development training. To improve the job performance and individual growth, it needs training assessment, identification of goals and targets, evaluation and monitoring. Kasagaran aninyo mga newly hires, it needs training assessment. Kasagaran one month kid ang ginhatag sa company nga training for them to familiarize and know better their individual works. Identification of goals and targets. Identification of goals and targets. So, dapat manuhan pag-ayo ang goals and targets sa usa ka company. For example, ang goal sa company is mas mapataas pa nila ang ilahang ang sales ana nga year. So, maghatag sila og target sa ilahang mga employee to kani ang para ma-reach na nila nga kuan kini ang targets. I mean sales. Evaluation and monitoring. So, diri na din mag-base ang kini ang job performance sa isa ka employee. Next, employee benefit management and compensation. A branch of human resources that deals with the payment of employees and the provision of benefits. It includes the process of determining how much an employee should be paid and deciding what benefits should be offered. For example, insurance, retirement plans, sick leave, and dental insurance. And the last one is centralized HR information or company information. The HR core of a company is a system that centralizes all the administrative and employee-related information such as talent management, legal information, compensation, management skills, management, internal communication, etc. And that's it. And now let's proceed to the next presenter.
The works of HRM that needs face-to-face engagement. First is managing diversity. Creating a workplace or organizational culture that respects and values differences among employees. It involves recognizing, accepting, and leveraging the unique characteristics and perspectives that individuals bring to the table, such as race, gender, age, religion, sexual orientation, and cultural background. For example, of managing diversity is creating a supportive and inclusive environment for employees with disabilities. This could involve providing accommodations such as wheelchair ramps, sign language interpretation, or assistive technology, as well as educating all employees on how to work effectively with individuals with disabilities. Second is employee retention. An organization's ability to keep its employees and prevent them from leaving for other job opportunities. It involves creating a work environment that motivates employees to stay with the company, such as providing career growth opportunities, fair compensation, and positive company culture. For example, a company may offer regular performance evaluation to identify areas for improvement and opportunities for career advancement, like providing benefits such as health insurance, retirement plans, and paid time off to show that they value their employees' well-being, and promoting a healthy work-life balance, like offering social events and recognizing employees for their achievements. Overall, employee retention is crucial for a company's success as it helps reduce turnover costs, maintains a stable workforce, and ensuring continuity and business operations. Third is employee engagement. It is a level of commitment, motivation, and emotional investment that employees have their work and the organization. Engaged employees are more likely to go above and beyond their job responsibilities, contribute innovative ideas, and work towards the company's goals. For example of employee engagement is providing regular opportunities for employees to provide feedback and suggestions. This could include town hall meetings, employee surveys, or one-on-one meetings with the managers. By actively listening to employee feedback and incorporating
it into the company's decision-making processes. Employees feel valued and engaged in their work. Employee engagement is important because it leads to higher job satisfaction, improved productivity, and reduced turnover. Next is rewards and recognition. Acknowledging and celebrating employees' achievements and contributions in the workplace. This can include tangible rewards such as bonuses, promotions, or gifts, as well as intangible recognition such as verbal praise, public recognition, or opportunities for increased responsibility. For example, providing opportunities for employees to make on-how responsibilities or lead important projects. That the company trusts and values their employees' skills and contributions, leading to increased job satisfaction and motivation. So, reward and recognition are important for maintaining employee morale, promoting a positive company culture, and encouraging employees to continue performing at a high level. Next is disciplinary action. Refers to the process of imposing consequences on employees who violate company policies, rules, or expectations. It aims to maintain order and ensure that employees understand the consequences of their actions. For example of the disciplinary action, a company investigating an employee who is suspected of violating the company's code of conduct, such as engaging in harassment or discrimination. If the investigation finds evidence of wrongdoing, the company may take appropriate disciplinary action, such as termination or legal action. Remember that disciplinary action is important for maintaining a safe and productive work environment and ensuring that employees understand the consequences of their actions. It should be carried out fairly and consistently with clear policies and procedures in place to guide the process. Next is training and observation of work, providing employees with the necessary skills, knowledge, and guidance to perform their job responsibilities effectively. This can include formal training programs, on-job coaching, and job shadowing. For example, providing a new hire with a compensation on-board programs that includes training on the company's policies, procedures, and software systems. So, training and observation of work are important for ensuring that employees have the necessary skills and knowledge to perform their job responsibility effectively. It also helps to promote a culture of continuous learning and improvement, which can contribute to higher job satisfaction and employee retention. Last is conduct fire and earthquake drill. Practicing emergency evacuation procedures to ensure the safety of employees in the event of fire or earthquake drill. Example of fire drill. Company is scheduling regular drills to ensure that employees know how to quickly evacuate the building in the event of a fire. During the drill, employees would practice exiting the building using designated exit routes and gathering in a designated meeting area outside. An example of earthquake drill, a company practicing the drop, cover, and hold on procedure, which involves dropping to the ground, taking cover under the sturdy desk or table, and holding on until the shaking stops. Employees could practice this procedure during a scheduled drill to ensure that they are prepared in the event of an earthquake. So overall, conducting fire and earthquake drills is important for promoting workplace safety and ensuring that employees know how to react in an emergency situation. It also helps to identify any areas to improvement and the emergency evacuation procedures, and make necessary changes to improve safety.
The challenges arising in virtual HRM. Number 1, internet connection intervention. Number 2, risk of hiring and recruiting. Number 3, security. So kaning internet connection intervention mao gyud ni siya ang common challenges in virtual HRM kay kabalo naman gyud ta sa internet connection diri sa atong country dili gyud siya stable. Mo nang maglisod ta og send sa email, files, and also kanang mga video conference like Google Meet, Zoom. Number 2, risk of hiring and recruiting. There are plenty of recruiting risks you may encounter while hiring a new employee, including false credentials and negligent hiring. Negligent hiring practices are one of the top recruitment risks facing small business owners and hiring managers. Negligent hiring claims can be made against employers who are accused of knowing information about an employee's background that may have indicated dangerous or untrustworthy prior acts. Organizations' open job position may require that the candidate has earned a certain degree of education like bachelor's, PhD, associates, in order to qualify. There are also careers that may require more specialized credentials such as CPR certification. Employers may assume that the information on a candidate's resume is accurate, but that's unfortunately not always the case. Security. Security problems is when employee documents are stored on a virtual platform. There is always the risk of kanang data breaches. While most HR software has safeguards to prevent this, the employee's sensitive information could still be accessed by unwanted third parties.
What's the difference between in-house HR management and virtual HR? Location. The main difference between in-house and virtual HR management is where your HR team resides. In in-house departments, HR professionals usually have their own office space. Virtual HR teams telecommute to their companies. Communication. As much communication which HR departments changes depending on where they are located. Both can be emailed, but in-house teams allow employees to come to them directly with questions. Availability. In-house HR resources are only available during their operating hours, which can fluctuate. Meanwhile, virtual HR resources are available 24/7. Dual software, although the actual HR workers will likely have specific office hours as well. Conclusion. Virtual HRM is a crucial aspect of modern business operation that can improve employee engagement, productivity, and reduce costs by leveraging technology and innovative solutions. While challenges such as data security and communication barriers must be addressed, the potential benefits may make virtual HRM an essential tool for driving business success in the digital age. Thank you.
A payroll is the list of employees of some company that is entitled to receive payments as well as other work benefits and the amounts that each should receive. Along with the amounts that each employee should receive for time work or task performed, payroll can also refer to a company's records of payments that were previously made to employees, including salaries and wages, bonuses, and withheld taxes, or the company's department that deals with compensation. A company may handle all aspects of the payroll process in-house or can outsource aspects to a payroll processing company.
Good day everyone, I'm Robbie Ann Molo and I'm going to discuss the role of HRM in strategic planning. So what is strategic planning? Strategic planning is an organization-wide long-term plan that helps the organization focus on how to achieve its goals in the future. It connects various organizational function, operation, sales and marketing, finance and accounting, R&D, HR, and their activities into a single thread for the achievements of organizational goals. So, strategic plans helps to identify organizational opportunities and to capitalize on its internal strengths to avail these opportunities. It helps to better allocate organizational resources to activities critical in achieving organizational goals. It encourages forward thinking and promotes a proactive rather than reactive culture. Other benefits of strategic planning may include decision better aligned to organizational goals, successful change management, and clarity with regard to departmental and individual roles. Next is the strategic planning process. The strategic planning process is based on the basic problem solving or decision making model. It involves several stages: strategy formulation, strategy development, strategy implementation, and strategy evaluation. In the first stage, called strategy formulation, the organization's vision and mission statement are developed and the organization's values are defined. The second stage, called strategy development, requires a thorough analysis of factors found inside and outside of the organization. In the third stage, known as strategy implementation, short-term goals are set, action plans are created, resources are allocated to various activities, and jobs are defined for employees. The final stage, called strategy evaluation, involves the assessment and evaluation of strategies and performance, and any necessary modification needed to ensure the achievement of organizational goals. So let's know what is in strategy formulation. In the strategy formulation stage, planners conduct essential pre-planning activities that includes decision about which stakeholders will participate in the process, the schedule and time frame for completing the plan and tools, and the method to be used in collecting and analyzing data for the plans. As every organization is unique, an early agreement on these issues can result in a more accurate and meaningful strategic plan and could prevent costly errors or omissions from being made later in the process. So, developing organizational vision and mission statement is a key strategic planning activities at this stage. Organizational vision and mission statement yield the organization's general goals to which the strategic plan, all employees, and business activities will be geared to achieve. The vision statement is the leadership team's views of what the organization will look like in the future.
Strategy development. In the second stage of strategic planning, a scanning and analysis of environment, both internal and external to the organization, is conducted. Long-term organizational goals are established, and strategies to achieve these goals are determined. These are specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-based or SMART goals that the organization will seek to achieve in pursuit of its vision and mission in the long terms. Environmental scanning and analysis. An environmental scan and analysis involves considering the present and future factors that will influence the direction and the goals of the organization. An environmental scan yields key information about the strategic direction of the organization. Determining the external opportunities and threats as part of the SWOT analysis, and the social, legal, economic, political, and technological information found through the SLEEP analysis are vital for external environmental scanning. SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is a strategic planning tool that helps you to analyze an organization's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths and weaknesses are factors internal to the organization and are somewhat under an organization control. Opportunities and threats are external environmental factors and mostly beyond an organization control. So, SWOT analysis helps the organization take advantage of external opportunities by leveraging its internal strength and minimizing its weaknesses and the potential impact of external threats. Sleep analysis. These are several factors in the external business environment that may affect an organization's approach to business strategy. Organizational strategies sometimes use a model that categorizes forces and the external business environment into social, legal, economic, political, and technological factors. This is commonly referred to as the SLEEP model, and it helps organizations in gathering information, scanning an external environment, and improving organizational knowledge of them.
Strategy implementation. In the third stage of the strategic planning process, the strategic plan is put into action. So, organizational goals are further defined for implementation at the business unit and functional or departmental levels of the organization. The key activities undertaken at this stage are: first, short-term goals are set. These tactical goals must be met in order to achieve the organizational level goals. The tactical goals are shorter, often 6 months to 1 year, than the organizational goals, and are often concerned with a business unit or a department. So next is resources are allocated and employers are motivated. So resources are allocated and employees are motivated just to align their efforts to the achievement of our organizational goals. Now let's go to action plan and resource allocation. Action plan often are defined alongside the authority, responsibility, and control structure for the business unit or the department. So action plan may require additional employees, subcontracting some part of the departmental task on an outside agency, or the purchase of new technology or new equipment. Next is, once the action plans are developed, they need to be followed by allocation of resources for the accomplishment of the department and business level goals. So the resource allocation should be consistent with the priorities set by these goals. And these priorities also determine how many and what kind of resources will be required to implement the strategy. So all these activities involve funds and plans for cash inflow or outflow.
Stage 4 Strategy Evaluation. Strategy evaluation is the process of analyzing a strategy to assess how well it's been implemented and executed. Its goal is to see if strategies are helping the organization achieve its goals and making adjustments. If needed, a proactive review of your current strategies is called for when there is a change in the external or internal business environment. So, strategy evaluation helps identify the effectiveness of a strategy, measure progress towards goals, and determine whether changes are necessary. Performance measurements involves a desired benchmark for some of these metrics with which the actual performance to be compared. So aligning the HR function with the strategic plan. Aligning the HR function with the strategic plan goes a long way to make sure that the full potential of an organization human resource is realized to the company advantage. HR must become a strategic partner in the strategic planning and execution. In this way, it can boost employee satisfaction and performance, ensure teams are aligned to help the business achieve its strategic objectives, and increase influence and decision-making power across the organization. In conclusion, HR strategic role in an organization is to provide a framework linking people management and development practice to a long-term business goals and outcomes. HR professionals must have the skills to make functional strategies and action plan to realize employees' potential and efforts towards meeting organizational goals. HR professionals contribute to decisions that build on employee strength to meet corporate goals in several ways. HR professionals are responsible for devising recruitment and retention plans.
It is important for an organization to motivate employees and provide opportunities for continuous development. Developing performance management systems is one way HR professionals provide these strategic advantages to the organization.